ladies and gentlemen, this will be Darian's story of Kyle.
Oh, brother.
I gotta find part
Let's
one.
read part 2, even though we haven't read part 1 out loud yet. To the
Just
stream.
type in Kyle
I'm
and
writing part
scroll.
one. I know what
Or
I'm,
type in
I know what
Sky.
I'm, I found it without even typing.
I really had to mute my music
Wow.
for this.
Why I Hate This Nigga Kyle from First Grade, Part 1. A Story by D-Man.
He's nuts.
Come one and come all as I tell the tale of this nigga Kyle. I was in the springtime of my youth. In first grade, the grade where real recognized real, and the block was hot. But you know who wasn't hot? This dumbass nigga named Kyle. Fuck Kyle, man. I hated that nigga's guts. But here's why. Kyle was a weird kid. He looked weird and acted weird. He's the type to eat this playground mulch kind of weird. However, through all of this, I never had a problem with the guy. But for some reason, he had a problem with me. I remember this one time I tried to cheer up his friend named Connor who was having a bad day, and Kyle ignored me and acted like I was invisible. His friend Connor then proceeded to act like I was invisible as well. So yeah, this dude didn't vibe with me. Maybe he was racist. To make matters worse, the teacher seemed to like him for whatever reason, which was cool until certain events occurred.
What?
One time during the end of the day, when everybody in class was loud and just waiting to go home, Kyle did the unthinkable. He yelled out loud, "Teacher, Darren just told Connor that he was gonna kill him." The whole class started staring. First of all, that didn't happen. I wasn't even near Connor at the time, but my teacher seemed to trust this mulch-eating, snot-nosed idiot so much, so she confronted me in front of the whole class. She asked me, "Darian, did you really say you were gonna kill Kyle?" Keep in mind, I wasn't nervous. I had no reason to be. Even with the entire class looking at me in silence, I was pretty fine because the majority of the class thought I was a cool dude. Was cool due to my extroverted personality at the time. Kyle was clearly lying, so I simply said, "No." The teacher then asked, "Then what did you say?" I didn't know what to say because, as I said before, I wasn't near Connor at the time and everybody was acting loud and crazy. So if I said anything that sounded remotely close to "I'm going to kill you," I wouldn't have had any idea what it was. So I responded with, "I don't know." "Bro, one of you is lying," the teacher retorted. "First of all, how the fuck? What do you mean, one of you?" Ooh, I was so heated. My teacher then asked Connor, "Yes, this man Connor is going to vouch for me. Just watch." Connor, quote, "Connor, did Darian say he was going to kill you?" she asked. "No, I didn't even think Darian was talking to me." "Thank God, Connor, you're invited to my wedding."
Yes, sir.
Okay, then.
The case closed. Kyle's bitch ass got called a line and I was free. That's what would have happened if this wasn't the real world. For some reason, even though Connor himself said all that, my teacher went back to Kyle's bitch ass and asked him again, "Kyle, did Darian really say..." Why did she go so far? Why did she ask so many questions? Continue with the fucking lesson.
She a bitch. I would have knocked the
I
shit
was
out.
gonna say, why did she ask again? The same person that she knew was lying.
I would have hit her with a choke slam. Cap.
It makes the story so interesting. You
A
know?
little nigga just choke slamming their teacher.
Kyle, did Darian really
Rashid
say this?
Talabam.
Or were you just hearing things? Bro, I fucking hate Kyle, I swear. Kyle then said, "Yes, I heard him say that." She went back to Connor and asked him again, "Connor, did Darian say that he was going to kill you?" "No, Darian didn't say that." Then she went back to me. "Darian, if you didn't say that you were going to kill him, then what did you say?" I responded, "I don't know." Alright, now this is the best part, alright? Because I couldn't prove that I didn't do something, I got sent to the principal's office for threatening another student with a fucking document that my parents had to sign. Luckily, my mom believed me when I told her that this boy lied on me, and my mom knew the nature of my personality and I never threatened to kill somebody. She was low-key pissed at my teacher, but being the person she was, she signed the document because apparently it wasn't anything too serious. It wasn't going to be on my record or anything like that. It was just a note saying that I did, even though I was innocent, and warning me to never do it again. Now that was the end of the penis. Hold on. Now that was the end of, fucking lost it.
Is your teacher autistic?
Yes.
I figured as much.
Okay, we can continue.
She's slow as hell.
That was the end of part 1. Stay tuned for... Okay, kill yourself. And now we're about to read part 2, the long-awaited.
Yes, sir.
Oh, brother.
Bro, jerk my wee wee.
Fuck. Alright. Okay. See, I know this motherfucking name Kyle acts weird. Eats mulch, breathes, and exists. All these things he shouldn't be doing. Part 2 involves 2 separate events. The first one occurred at recess. Now, elementary school recess is simple. You go outside, there's a playground, you goof off, be active, play games, sports, talk about butts and poop and laugh at it. Now, our playground was pretty high quality. I used to go to school on a military base, so like government money was putting in work. One of the playground sets had this big ass slide with the stairs leading up to it. And on the side opposite of the slide bars, there was. Shut up, nigga. There was a long pole that you slide downwards onto to reach the play on the ground. Now, at the time, I was an adventurous little nigga, and I kinda still am. Instead of sliding down the pole like a normal person, my dumb ass would jump directly off the ledge into the mulch. Always land on my feet and impress the ladies, you feel me? No one was watching. Keep in mind, this was first grade, and around this time, my short ass was about 3 feet tall. Distance from the ledge to the ground was like 7 to 9 feet. If I remember things correctly, I don't know. Now, no one else on the playground had ever jumped off the thing, and the other kids in my class thought it was impressive that I could do that fearlessly. Of course, you had lames who'd always copy my whole fucking flow, word for word, bar for bar, talking about some, ooh, let me try, and man, I can do that too. Watch this. Watch these nuts rub on your face. How about that? Then Kyle's bitch ass. Kyle walked up to the ledge and jumped off screaming, Geronimo! When Kyle landed, he didn't land on his feet like I did, but instead had to brace the impact using his arms and hands. I proceeded to jump off afterwards, and I landed on my 2 feet like a pro gymnast. Now, at the time, I seriously didn't do that with the intention of one-upping him or even showing off. But as him thinking about this right now, it probably did come off that way. I can see that. Now, Kyle and I didn't interact for the rest of recess. Later in that day of this event, recess was over, and we were told to go back inside. I should mention that almost threw up. I should mention that leading back to the building is this huge black fuck. I should mention that leading back to the building is this huge blacktop that hadn't been paved in a couple of years. It was crusty, had a washed out gray color with potholes, and had a bunch of jagged rocks laying around in some parts. And it's quiet as we're closing this blacktop as a class back to the building, and I'm just minding my beeswax, talking to another kid about who knows what facing towards the building. Geronimo! In a normal situation, hearing this wouldn't have caused so much alarm for me. It's just Kyle acting stupid. Is that what I would have thought? It's what I would have thought. The reason why I was alarmed is because the Geronimo that was uttered sounded like it was 5 feet in the fucking air, and for some odd reason, the word sounded like it was getting louder towards the end of it. I turned back, and lo and behold, Kyle's bitch ass was in the air, arms and legs spread out, hovering over me. This nigga jumped in the air screaming Geronimo, and he landed directly on top of me. And I toppled over into a pothole full of sharp rocks and pebbles. I was cut and scraped up on my knees, chest and arms and head. There literally were parts of skin missing from my elbow and chest. That's how bad that shit was. Kyle, of course, was completely unscathed. When it happened, I remember being in so much pain. I turned to a ball and started crying. It was bad. Nobody thought this was funny, and for a few of my classmates came and helped me up and brushed the rocks off my body and clothes. Everything I remember from the point to when I got back to the classroom was a blur. But I remember Kyle saying, Darian, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Darian. A bunch of times on our way back. I didn't respond, not because I shouldn't have paid the fucker any attention, but because I was still crying. Crazy part, I don't even remember where the hell my teacher was when this happened. I do remember her reaction when we were back in class. Okay, Darian, what happened? Kyle jumped on me and I fell, I said, tears all down my face, blood literally running down my legs and arms. Bro, fuck Kyle on God, bro. My teacher then looks at Kyle. Kyle, I can't believe you would do something so silly. I'm very disappointed in you. That's it. That is fucking it. Literally. Kyle says, Kyle did not get sent to the principal's office, did not get his parents called, did not get a written note of any kind to take home with him. Nigga didn't even get put in fucking timeout. Fuckery. A verbal expression of disappointment is all he got. Yet my bitch, black, dumb, dyke, dirty dick ass gets lied on and sent home with a document that could give me the appearance of a problem child because I couldn't prove I didn't do something I never did. swear to God, the school is so lucky I came from a Christian household, because any other kid these days, man, boom, boom, you feel me? So I got sent to the nurse's office.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh
That
no.
was actually written there.
No. So I got sent. So I got sent to the nurse's office, got a couple of band-aids and petroleum jelly rubbed on my stomach and other wounds, and that was it. That's fucking all, folks. Obviously, my mother was not happy in the slightest. We move on. A much later date could have been weeks, a month. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The point at the end of the day, fuck Kyle, bro. We were learning
That's
how to
facts.
use rulers, and our assignment was to measure these objects on a piece of paper and write down how many inches we measured. Everyone got the same exact paper with the same length objects on it. I made the mistake of offsetting the ruler a bit, and some of my measurements were wrong. Not a big deal. In this school, all our graded work would get put into a manila folder, and we'd have to take the folder home with us and get our parents to sign it, saying they saw our work. Oh, word? Oh, never mind. I thought they said. Oh, would you look at that? Some of Kyle's work accidentally ended up in my folder. Mrs. She will not be named. You done goofed. Nah, bitch, you done fucked up and exposed yourself. My mom and I looked at Kyle's work and noticed that even though he got more questions wrong than I did on multiple assignments, magically, the number at the top right corner of the paper would be higher than mine. You have got to be fucking kidding me. My mom,
Racist, bro.
That's
I'll kill her, bro.
crazy. That's crazy.
my mom lost her shit and immediately wrote a note all over a page of Kyle's work. The next day, she handed it to her personally in class. Props to my mom for keeping her cool, because Lord knows what I would have done in that class. After that, my teacher pulled me to the side, handing me a note, saying, "It is your mother," and began to apologize for everything I talked about in this story, and apologize for giving Kyle special treatment. The note she handed me was an apology to my mom, saying a lot of the same stuff. God is real, bro. Imagine if that work didn't accidentally end up in my folder specifically. Kyle would have continued to get away with bullshit and receive special treatment. Instead, from this point on, Kyle got in trouble for everything Sue did and didn't mess with me ever again. I don't know if he got his parents called or what, but he got his act together. Anyways, this concludes the story of Kyle. If you guys enjoyed this story, you guys enjoyed, know precisely what to do. And I'll see you all next time.
What a god, bro. Oh, yes, sir. Look at him.
Round of applause.
Listen to this, man. Round of applause.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we've been waiting 3,000 years for this
Well, now you
one
know what-
moment.
Well, now you know how my school life was like.
That was
I
ass,
didn't know you lived in the Jim Crow era.
right?
You're treating you horrible, bro.
Damn.
I never knew that you were surrounded by racism, bro.
Your mom is like Harriet Tubman.
Bro, that's facts. Bro, your mom is the GOAT.